Welcome to our apple pie! So here we are, we're in the orchard in the back of my garden. We've Izzy here, our chief apple collector, and we're going to make a rockin' apple pie.
It's dairy-free, gluten-free, and refined sugar-free. And it's going to taste fab.
Let's collect some apples. So we got mostly eating apples, so they're kind of sweeter rather than the sharp, brambly ones. They'll just go better in the pie. But we have a few to make an apple sauce as well. So we're back in Izzy's kitchen here, and first step to get our apple pie going is we're going to make an apple sauce. So here we go. We're going to take one large brambly apple. That's kind of the cooking apple. And we're going to grate him. So here we go. And people often typically peel the skin in an apple sauce or peel the apples, but the skin is the most nutritious part of an apple, so just if you can include it. So we're going to grab 1 tablespoon of honey, and honey is just going to balance that. These apples can be a bit tart, and the honey will just balance that strong acidity. So we're putting in 1 tablespoon of honey, and lastly we're just going to put in just a little bit of ground cinnamon. Just a little bit. We put in about half a teaspoon. Turn the heat on high and just cook her down. For how long will that take? That'll just take a minute or two. We're going to put in a splash of water as well.
Okay, me and Izzy are going to keep an eye on this, and Stevie's going to make the crust of this apple pie.
Taste it, Daddy.
Taste it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for the crust, we're going to make this crust gluten-free. So we're going to use gluten-free oats. We have 200 grams, and we're going to make this into oat flour. So it's hard to make a kind of crust with rolled oats as they are, so we're going to blend them up to make a flour. So we got our oats, in they go. We have 200 grams of oats. Okay, Stevie's gonna open it. Here we go. Oh, look at that, Izzy.
Yeah.
So that's our oat flour. In it goes. Whoa.
In it goes.
In it goes. And next, will you pour this one in, Izzy? So we have 140 grams of almond meal, also known as almond flour. Oh,
In there.
oh.
Good job, Izzy.
Now we have some fat. So typically, you know, a short crust pastry is white flour and it's butter and salt. So we're going to use, we have oat flour, which is high in fibre, and we have our almond meal again, which is really high in fibre. To just help slow down the release of all the glucose. And next we're going to add in some fat. So we've got our melted coconut oil. In it goes.
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay, so our apple sauce, it's kind of been reducing or boiling for about 4 to 5 minutes. You'll see it there, it looks kind of nice. Can you see it there? You get her? Looks nice, broken down. We're just going to pop her in a bowl.
Show you, look, there it is.
Yeah, and there's the cinnamon. We're going to add in all the applesauce and just mix it together until it's really well mixed. That's it, is.
That's good. Are you done?
Yes.
Oh, that was a great job, Izzy. You're going to help. Okay, you're going to put it all in the base now? Or you're going to put it in the base?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go. So you can see it does look really like proper pastry. It's just going to taste even more epic.
You see the pastry's really nice and that it's really like kind of normal short crust pastry. It's just a little softer because there's less gluten. It doesn't hold together as much, but the apple's going to do that for us. So here we are, look. Whoa! Looks great. Just make sure you bring your pastry, just smoothing it out so it's really even and evenly distributed.
But it should spread beautifully like so. We're going to bake it in the oven 180 for 15 minutes. I'm just going to go down to our preheated oven now.
While Dave's doing that, I'm going to slice our apples and I'm going to make a little syrup, a maple syrup. So we were out in the garden, as you saw earlier, and we got about 800 grams of apples. We're going to use a mixture between eaters and cookers. Eaters will be sweeter, cookers will be slightly tartar. So we're using more eaters than cookers. So we're going to chop them into thin slices, and then we're going to cook them in the heat just to break them down and soften them so they'll bake and they'll be lovely and gooey and oh. So I've prepped half the apples there. We're going to grab our same pot, grab a little bit of orange juice, grab a little bit of orange juice, and we're just put them in the pot and leave them soften. A little bit of orange juice, just they'll soften down, they'll break them down, they'll absorb a bit of orange flavour, and they'll just be better in the pie. So in goes about that much, about 2 tablespoons, and just in go our apples. Just pop them in. Okay, so we're just going to leave the orange juice and the steam and the kind of evaporation come off it just to break them apples down, just to soften them up. And while that's happening, you don't really have to mind it that much. Keep it on a medium heat. And while that's happening, I'm going to chop the rest of the apples.
Nothing like apples straight off the trees. Really, really tasty.
So next step we're gonna make is our syrup. We're gonna make an almond maple syrup to put kind of on the top of the base and to put over the apples. It'll be like a glaze. So here we go. First step, orange juice. The rest of the orange juice, we're gonna put in 6 tablespoons. Next, we got some almond butter. We're gonna put in 2 tablespoons of almond butter.
So could I use peanut butter if I don't have almond butter?
Yes, sir. Next step, maple syrup. We're gonna put in 4 tablespoons of maple syrup. Maple loveliness.
What a man.
4 tablespoons, please, sire.
What a man. I'm not a sire, I'm a man.
Lastly, we're gonna add in 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. We're gonna turn on the heat on this pan and melt it all down and mix it together until this syrupy loveliness. Oh, lads, wait till you see this, look. Whoa, Jesus. So that's been in the oven 15 minutes. You can see it's beautiful, just,
Smells epic. Beautiful pastry.
Yeah, it looks fab.
Flinner, you're a genius.
So one thing we did in terms of blind baking this, normally you'd put paper, parchment paper, and some sort of whether you use beans or something to hold it down. There was no need to do that in this because the crust was just more dense and more heavier. It just didn't need anything on top of it. It was great. So it was just literally put it in the oven like that, took it out 15 minutes later, and
Bingo.
okay. Now it's time to layer up our apples. There's a method to this if you want to make it real nice. Is to start there, start on the outside. Always start on the outside and just layer an apple on top of an apple.
Kind of like dominoes.
Yeah, that's it. And just keep going until you end up in the middle.
Beautiful.
And then do it again. Okay, last step. So we've layered up our apples. They look really cool. You know, we did a medium pretty job. I'm sure other people can do a much prettier job, but
Yeah,
we
we're
did
not
our
that good with
best.
detail.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, yeah, we are. Okay, yeah, sorry.
So grab the rest of our syrup and we're just going to drizzle it across the top of it.
Oh, Stevie. Okay, so last and final step, we're gonna bake this. How long are we gonna bake it for, Stevie?
10 minutes, just so it all
10
comes
minutes
together.
at 180. Woohoo! Here we go. I'm going down to the oven. It's ready, lads! Are you ready? Oh, lads, look at that!
The almond glaze looks really, really nice. I want to
It
just
is
go to
pretty
pick off
epic.
the apples, but I don't.
It does smell rather epic. Now, Mr. Flynn, are you ready to taste her?
Weapon.
Here we go! This one's for you.
Oh, wow. I love the crumbly base. Absolutely rocking.
Super tasty. Lovely orange comes through. Orange comes through.
Almond rocking.
Lovely balance of sweet and kind of substantial and delicious anyway.
So really nice, healthier apple pie. Dairy-free, gluten-free, refined sugar-free. Easy to make. Rocking. Great way of using apples in your garden. Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you for watching. Give us a subscribe and party on.
Bye.
Can you say apple pie?
Apple pie.
Are we making an apple pie?
Yeah.
Yeah?